Hello, this is Dan Wood and John Stanton from the training department here in Huntsville, Alabama. What we're here today to show you is how to update the files on your LG refrigerator service jig, what you're using to update the boards for the UCP compressor, and we're going to be using it for a lot more. So what we're going to do is this whole video is about how to upload the software. Now in the past we've always told you to remove the micro SD card, put it in a holder, but it turns out some of the new computers don't have that feature. So we're going to be actually plugging this into the computer just like a USB drive. Now one of the things we want to mention mainly for our ASCs is, guys, do not use an Apple or Mac to do this. Use only your computer that you were issued from work. Now, what we need to do to start, John's going to help walk me through this, and we're going to go ahead and do this together. We have my computer screen up there, but what we found, if you have one of the Hewlett-Packard computers, the jig is actually too tall to plug in, so place something under your computer to jack up one of the ports, and you're going to there's a service bulletin out that goes step by step through this. Now the files, they are going to be located on GSFS. There will be a service news come out that will tell you exactly where to go to find these files. For today's purposes, what I've done is I've downloaded the files into a folder on my desktop. Our understanding as of right now, the newest files are going to be 8.7.
Yes.
Okay.
And another thing too is, since these files are compact, you're going to probably have to extract them or unzip them in order to copy into the jig. Now one of the things is Dan's going to, when he plugs in the jig, show you a problem that you might occur where your computer doesn't recognize the jig. Sometimes it recognizes, sometimes it doesn't. So we've got a little step that what you can do, and you only have to do it once, and once it is recognized, you'll be able to plug it back in again. If you're still having an issue, I bought one of these things. These are just a card reader. They're pretty inexpensive, and it's got a USB port, and you can actually pop out your micro SD card here, and you can insert it into the card reader, and we can do that way too. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll show you how to do it with the jig so that you don't have to make an additional purchase.
So first thing you want to do is make sure the jig is turned off. Plug it into a USB port on your computer. Red light should come on, and then what you want to do is turn the jig on. Now what happens, you'll get that window pop up, but when you go to open it, it worked. So let me tell you what
we
might
can
happen.
kind of run through that real quick to show you what to do.
What happened, we got a red box with an X and a circle, and it says can't work. Well, what we found is turn your jig off, unplug it, plug it back in, and the next time it works perfectly. We don't know why, but it may be the computer, it may be the jig. We thought it was the individual jigs, but that's an issue we were having, was the fact that when you first plugged it in, it would say no. But evidently we can't repeat it to shoot on the video, but guys, if that happens, just turn the jig off, hit the safely eject, remove it. Wait a couple of seconds, plug it back in, turn the jig back on, and everything will work great.
Another thing you want to remember is this USB port is also for charging. So periodically you're going to have to go ahead and plug this into a USB port and just let it charge itself. Otherwise, you might be doing the software update and all of a sudden the thing loses power and you'll have to start all over again. So check it periodically. Your voltage is displayed on there. So.
Now, when charging, you leave the switch off. For loading software, you turn the switch on. So if you just plug it in, the little red light will come on, it'll charge.
And once the red light is gone, it's reached its maximum voltage and you can go ahead and use it then. So it does, the charge does last a long time.
Yeah. So we're plugged in. So since I already did the close window, you go to computer and find your removable disk. Open it up, and the first thing you want to do is delete these files. So all you have to do is highlight the files and hit delete. And it says, do you want to permanently get rid of them? Yes. So wait till it's empty. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of drop my screen in half so I can open up where I've got my software loaded. Now your software should only include files that have a .hex, .mv8, or I'm sorry, MVF, or the last one will be, and it's not necessarily the last one, but there has to be a bin loader.
Yeah, if you don't have the bin loader on there, it's not going to be able to correctly execute those files into the refrigerator that you're trying to program.
So what I'm doing now is I'm taking and I'm going to highlight these files. I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to go over to the jig, hit Control V, and it should carry these files over. Once I've done that, I can close out where I had my files located, wherever we tell you to go on GSFS to get them. Close that, and now I can close this, go down to safely eject, turn off my jig, and unplug it. Now, when I turn on my jig, it will tell me, and I'm going to give this to Madison so he can get a shot at, but it'll say software found to update, push to start. What you're going to do is you're going to push that little black button on the right by the dip switches when you get that message. So basically the jig's telling you, we've got stuff in here, we just need to grab it up.
One of the things, if you can also notice the dip switches on there, make sure that it's set for the auto mode. And so basically your number 1 dip switch will be in the down position, 2 and 3 will be in the up position, and 4 will be in the down position also. So.
Correct. You can use these instructions to load your jig no matter if we're at update number 10.2. This is just how you update.
A couple other things we can point out to here is this one hasn't been updated, so we'll go ahead and turn this on, and Dan could push it up there and you can see the software version that's in this one. And the other thing that we can do is also, if you look in the corner, you'll see a little heartbeat that's flashing on and off, and that's where your voltage is displayed. So normally on a fully charged unit, it's somewhere around 4.1, even as high as 4.2 volts. Okay, you can see it was really quite simple to do this. You should be able to do this in a relatively short period of time, and you'll be all set to go on your jig now.
So from the training department today, myself and John, y'all have a safe day out there.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Okay.